Another day, another vlog. It's Thursday, August 9th. Glad you guys are watching my videos. Trying to grow this channel bit by bit. We're doing the radio thing again here today. Just met with a couple of ladies with the tourism here in town, trying to get an event launched in Madisonville. I might be able to feed you more details on that at a later date once we have more concrete information to present. I'll inform you. It may or may not be an event that you would want to attend here in Madisonville where I live. Let's go ahead and do a first break here, doing the radio thing. Going on after Paul McCartney and Wings. So let's go ahead and do this, right? Paul McCartney here on your Thursday afternoon. Live and Let Die on Classic Hits 106.9 WTTL. Fleetwood Mac, Gypsy just before that. Hey, it's Trevor Rice. We're getting through this grind, right? Thursday, it's going by slowly. It's always a tease. There's always that one day of separation. I guess that's why I've called it Friday Eve before, because it makes me feel like I'm closer to the weekend. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Just hang in there. On the way out, music from Aerosmith. Here's Rick Astley, Together Forever. Because you and I are together forever. You probably don't want to be together with me. So we're getting ready to do another break here. I am staying hydrated. I hope that all of you are. You know, I really want some ice cream. I am a big ice cream connoisseur. I love ice cream. I get the Moose Tracks, and I also get the Peanut Butter Cup ice cream. I don't know what your favorite is. I used to get Fudge Brownie, but I think I talked about it too much because people started to go and buy up all the Fudge Brownie. And I don't know if the store discontinued carrying it or what, but I may have run them out of Fudge Brownie ice cream. Maybe that was it. I just totally took away, depleted, if you will, the world supply of Fudge Brownie ice cream, at least here in Madisonville, where I live. Let's go ahead and get ready to do another break. Exercise, fitness. I began my journey in 2019. I've told this story on my stream, even on air occasionally, where I was over 440 pounds at one point. Back February of 2019, I decided to get a scale, bought one off of Amazon, and then a couple of years later, dropped all the weight. Now I'm floating with the loose skin, because you get loose skin after being overweight for so long, as much as I was, or as long as I was. I have loose skin, so I'm probably around 210-ish if you were to take that off, maybe 205, which is a pretty good weight considering I'm about 6'3". So I think that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and do another break here. This one talks about steps. I know you try to get 10,000 steps in every single day. Could be a struggle for you. I don't get 10,000 steps in every day. In fact, I think I've done it twice in the last several months, just because I don't got time to get 10,000 steps in necessarily. So let's go ahead. We're going on after Aerosmith and Ragdoll. Glad you guys are watching my videos. Give a subscription if you are new to this, and I blog 3 or 4 times. I'm going to try to do 3 or 4 times a week. So let's go ahead and dive into this. It's Aerosmith and Ragdoll this afternoon on Classic Hits 106.9 TTL. Are you struggling, for those of you who are trying to stay fit in 2023, to get 10,000 steps in? I can tell you for a fact, I struggle with that too. I can think of twice this year that I've gotten 10,000 steps in. It doesn't happen too often. Taking just 4,000 steps a day, they say, can help you live longer and reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. So 4,000, I think that's more realistic. I do that just about every single day, at least. The new study explains that the research showing individuals who took about 4,000 steps every day had a lower chance of death from all causes. So just go and try to get 4,000 steps. I hear from people frequently that they get burnt out, or they just wear out easily going for walks. Maybe they haven't done it in a while. I always say start small. Go around the block and then progress as the days go by. You'll eventually start traveling miles. Or as we played earlier, maybe 500 miles, you'll walk. Possibly. That'd be a lot of mileage. I ain't trying to walk 500 miles in one go. Doing a break number 3 for the hour. I never know what I'm going to talk about until it just pops up in my head. Sometimes it's good to wing it. Sometimes it's better to be prepared. If you're doing a talk show, I would highly recommend being prepared, having stats ready, and having a general idea of what you're going to discuss, especially if you're going to carry on a conversation. Solo. If you're on with other people, it's easy to banter back and forth and actually carry on a conversation. As you know, maybe your circle there at the dinner table, always easy to carry on a conversation with multiple people. But if you have to do a show by yourself, you might want to be a little more planned. I don't know how some of those sports guys do it. Let's talk about our friends at Animal Medical Center, shall we? They're having an open house coming up on Sunday. I will be going there on the north end of town. So let's go ahead and get into this. All right, we have paid some bills here this afternoon. Now before we get back to the music, let's tell you about an event going on Sunday. Animal Medical Center is having an open house event from 2 until 4. So if you want to check out their facilities, they're going to have, I believe, drinks out there. Go and check out their facilities. If you're looking for a place to board your animal, maybe you're planning a vacation, maybe you need a new vet here in town, they are always seeking new clients. In fact, they've had a lot of them this summer. Go and check out the open house event. Island Ford Road up on the north end of town is where they're located, just off I-69. Animal Medical Center, as they are the presenting sponsor for the Hopkins County Humane Society's Pet of the Week. You can go check that out on WTTLradio.com on the scroller, or just go to our TTL Facebook page and check out this week's featured pet. It goes up every single Monday. Back to the music, though. Commodores, Steve Winwood still this afternoon. Here's Hall & Oates. And there's another one in the books. We are getting ready to go on after Steve Winwood. John going by right now. Waving at me. Going down. Let me see if I can turn the camera. He's going that way. Let me turn this camera real quick. John, the dancing machine. I think I talked about him on one of my vlogs, potentially. I don't remember. Let's go ahead and do a voice track real quick, as I've got a bunch of stuff coming up this weekend that I'm going to be doing. Next weekend that I'll be doing. High school football is around the corner. Let's talk about high school football. Going back to 1988, off the Roll With It album, Steve Winwood and Roll With It on Classic Hits 106.9 WTTL. Yeah, that song went on to be his album title. As coming up, high school football, we are just over a week away. Can you believe that? I know they're having a scrimmage up at North Hopkins later on this evening. They'll be taking on Crittenden County at 6, so if you want to go and join that, $5 to get in the gate. Otherwise, the high school football regular season kicks off next Friday with North Hopkins. I know they're going to be on the road up in Morganfield at Union County High School. Hopkins County Central, I believe they host, I think it's Caldwell next Friday night at 7. So both teams in action here in the area. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm doing play-by-play for North Hopkins. Well, right now for North Hopkins. I might have to go over and do Webster County. I'll let you know more details on that. But there is going to be a bunch of high school football as it kicks off next Friday, a week from tomorrow. Pretty exciting. I'm excited for football season as it gets my sports season going. Because I do football, basketball, boys and girls. Then we do baseball and softball. And so basketball is my favorite sport to do solo. I like doing football. Baseball and softball, though, might be coming in at number 2. Potentially. I enjoy calling all of the sports just because it gives me a little extra cash. It's like a side hustle, if you will. And it's fun to do. I love sports. For today's vlog, let's go ahead and do one more break here. Apparently there's been a big uptick in Ken and Barbie searches online. So let's go ahead and do this. John Mellencamp, I need a lover on 1069 WTTL. Apparently, the new Barbie movie has a big following. There's been a lot of searches online. And you look at Barbie in particular, which has already been a popular brand throughout its entire run whenever it was first implemented, which I'd have to go back and do that research. But apparently, Barbie searches online are up 300% as a result of the new movie that's come out. For Ken, it's jumped 200%. My question is, for those who are maybe looking to have a child in the future, how much does this movie influence people naming their child either Barbie or Ken? Do you think there'd be people who would do that? Like, I shouldn't be surprised if people do that, but at the same time, I'm like, would you really name your son or daughter Barbie and or Ken because you went and saw the Barbie movie? That would be weird.
Out on the West Coast.
Yeah, I was in California for about 30 years.
Why would you want to live in?
I know, not anymore.
No.
I'm in Kentucky now.
Yeah, well, that place
Yeehaw.
is crazy. I mean, I went out there to Anaheim and did, I had a television show out there, and I was like, this is it. I can't handle it no more. But
Yeah.
we're praising God that God got a hold of you.
He sure did. He shook me and woke me up. A couple of years ago, I contracted COVID, and I died 3 times on the table. They brought me back to life. Well, God brought me back to life 3 times. Said, "I'm not done with you, son." And when I was dead, I saw things I don't want to see again. He said, "You need to change. You need to change your life," and I did. A lot of things changed for me, and Luther is one of them. He was in the movie. I directed The Silent Natural, and it's funny because Luther and I were in Evansville for the film festival for The Silent Natural, and we won Best Picture for that there. And Luther was walking around with us, and I knew he was in the film, but I didn't know exactly what part he was playing. And
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I had hundreds of people on the set, and it's like, okay, this guy's cool, and we just stayed in touch. And then when I got out of my coma and I got out of the hospital, I was in Madisonville, and went back home. He called me, asked me how I was doing. I said good, and we started talking about God and Jesus, and I said I really need to change some of the things in my life, and he was always there. So we started talking about Believe Again, this movie, and he said, let's do it. He said, what would it take to do it? And I told him, and he introduced me to a few other people. Ricky Sisk from Madisonville recently passed away, so we're dedicating this to him.
Ricky, so Ricky Luther was from Madisonville? He's from Madisonville,
Yes,
Ricky?
yes, Ricky.
Was he born and raised here?
For the most part, yes.
Okay,
yes.
so Ricky, what was Ricky's last name?
Sisk.
Yes, S-I-S-K.
Okay, what did he do in this movie?
He was one of the executive producers along with Luther.
Okay. See, I did not know, Luther, that you were executive producer of this till I read this today. And a lot of people don't realize, I walk in, we do the show. I just really met you 2 days ago on the phone, and I told you, I said, I'm not going to take a lot of time, and I didn't, or at least I didn't think I did. But this movie, I want to know. It says, "Believe again, and the little child shall lead them." And I know where that comes from after watching this, what you sent me. But this was filmed in Hopkinsville.
Yes, it was filmed in Hopkinsville. So was The Silent Natural, Hopkinsville, and all over Kentucky. But yes, this was filmed in Hopkinsville. We shot it in 7 days. 7 days. And
7 days.
yeah. and it came together like a miracle too. I mean, when Luther approached me with this and said, "Let's do this," it just everything just started falling into place. There was no hesitation. There was no, well, let's wait for this. Let's wait. We just started moving, and it just started rolling. The little boy who plays David.
He was good.
He was
like,
great,
gee.
and he's never acted before.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, Mr. Johnson, Ben, who plays Mr. Johnson, never acted before, and both of them were great. And
Are they from Hopkinsville?
they're from Hopkinsville, and
Wow.
I met them by accident, on Facebook. They happened to be the mother of Porter was a friend of a friend on Facebook, and I started searching for actors, and I saw him, and I said, he's perfect for this. And then I saw a picture of Ben on Facebook, and I called a friend. I said, "Hey, I see this guy's having a picture with you. Took a picture with you. Do you know him?" "Oh yeah, I know him. Can you get a hold of him?" So, and then both of them contacted me, and it just started. We just started rolling. Then we had a casting call and got really good people on it. And Luther plays the doctor in it.
Yes, you did. You did good, Luther.
I just do what I do.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Oh, and what I amazes, and we're kind of rushing forward into that because at the end of that movie, the song started playing, and I was
Mhm.
like, man, I love this song. And I thought,
Strength of Christ.
I was like, don't I know that person that's singing that song? Then I realized it was Luther Wilson.
As far as where it's at, being at Hopkinsville, the theater there is a refurbished, beautiful, old-style theater that seats up to like 1,500, 1,600.
Oh, really? That
It's
many?
not 650.
Oh, it's only 650,
650,
okay,
okay.
excuse me. And I'm saying all this, that, and getting ready to refer it over to David. As you can see, he has much better handle
Sure.
on what all is needed as far as the tickets and things of that nature than I do. But it's, the facility is outstanding, and anyone that goes down there, and there are still general admissions seats left. So I don't think anyone will be disappointed.
And
But
seeing this movie. So
but,
they can
but
get,
what-
how do they go online and get it?
let David explain.
Yeah, they can go on my Facebook page, David Risotto. They can go on Honey Creek Studio Facebook page. It's posted there. There's links where there's a QR code they can scan.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, then there's a link that you can click on. They can go on to the Alhambra Facebook page or website also, and buy tickets there. They will have tickets on sale at the door, but the best thing to do is get them in advance. That way you get to pick your seat.
Sure. So,
And then after I got sick, I changed it. I had it, I was basically told by God to change your ways. And he opened my eyes, and I rewrote it to where it's a faith-based movie. And then that's when Luther came on board.
I want to help y'all any way I can.
Okay.
Another ending to another vlog, as that was, I guess, a little sneak peek behind my show today, Christy Anglin's show on 1035 The Light. Her guests, that movie that they were promoting, definitely go and check it out. It was filmed here locally. Don't know too much about those two outside of what was explained today on the show. You can go back and listen on WTTLradio.com if you have any interest in hearing the entire clip or the entire interview. It was about a 1-hour program, so you can go on to WTTLradio.com. I posted it up on there. Otherwise, we'll try to do some more vlogging heading into the weekend. Appreciate you guys checking out the video content. Make sure you're subscribing and come back and check out the next one. Be good to one another. We'll talk to you again soon.